Race past the iconic Moses Mabhida Stadium and take in the ocean breeze along the Durban Promenade. Then the fun really begins. Scavenger hunts, kite building, burger eating contests, food trucks, prizes, and a 6-hour live broadcast from Radio Al Insar. Bring a brand new toy to spread joy to children in hospital. And don't forget, register online.
Ladies, are you or a loved one diagnosed with cancer? Or are you on treatment? Or are you a cancer survivor? Then the Al Ansar Cancer Support Group is for you. Join us once a month and be a part of a supportive group of ladies to simply chat, discuss challenges, and be motivated by our guest speakers. Contact Rubina Parak on 082-786-8815 or Zora Jadwat on 082-220-3131 for more information. No one should face cancer alone.
The views and opinions expressed by the presenters and guests of Radio Al Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation.
AI is changing the way we teach and learn. Are you ready to keep up? Join us for a dynamic seminar on how educators can harness artificial intelligence effectively in the classroom. Al Ansar Hall, Overport, Saturday, 6 September from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Tickets 150 Rand, available at the Al Ansar shop.
Urban, it's time to lace up for the Breakfast Rush Family 5-kilometer fun run and walk, 11 October, 7 a.m. at the Blue Lagoon Lawns. Feel the rush as you race past the iconic Moses Mabhida Stadium and take in the ocean breeze along the Durban Promenade. Then the fun really begins. Scavenger hunts, kite building, burger eating contests, food trucks, prizes, and a 6-hour live broadcast from Radio Al Insar. Bring a brand new toy to spread joy to children in hospital. And don't forget, register online.
Range Hayaat, Colors of Life. With me, Shagufta Khan.
Be inspired and stay informed in this fun-filled lifestyle show with Shagufta Khan.
Discussing inner and outer beauty with opportunities to win lots of prizes. Every Monday from 1:30 to 2 p.m. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Radio Al Ansar FM 90.4 and 105.6. Shagufta Khan is here with Range Hayaat, Colors of Life. And as we mentioned in my previous program as well, that this is the program this is a month for women, though I don't believe the month and day, because 24/7 women are still alive. We are women on this earth. We are having our things, but specifying few points and, few appreciation, few knowledge and few concerns about that as well. And I remember that Al Ansar did a beautiful outreach, Al Ansar outreach program. They did the Own Your Crown, and that was on Sunday, the previous Saturday actually. It was, and we all know it was terrific. It was very nice. Last week program, Bibi Aisha Leher was here from Johannesburg, so I took her as a guest because she was the MC, and now I got a beautiful guest in front of me who was the speaker, the keynote speaker for that Own Your Crown. And I was very impressed, but I was feeling that crowd was only like about 250 people. But why not? The same thing, what her thought for the woman empowerment, we can call her and we can talk to her. And she's a very famous, she took actually, I am with Radio Al Ansar 27 years. I'm not that famous. I'm just Shagufta Khan. But this one, she took, I'm telling you, Ted, don't laugh. This is the reality. Oh, okay, everyone take ghar ki murgi, like dal barabar, just like a house person. But this woman, took a whole storm out, a few programs, few time. And then everyone was talking about this woman and her work, her knowledge and her, her passion. And I'm also very inspired by her as well, and none other than our Sunday programs girl, actually, the green thumbs up, and that is Rabia Kawalia. Assalamu alaikum, Rabia.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Rabia Kawalia, what she is, she'll introduce it. But I know about her that she is kind of herbalist kind of the person, and she got 2 books, which one I read already. Number 1, the book name is The Big Little of Procrastination.
Yes, the big little book of procrastination.
Procrastination.
That
Just
was the
excuse my English.
I love your English.
And the second one is The Cult of One: Decoding the Weapon of Narcissistic Manipulation and Control. Wow. What a topic, huh? And what else she is doing? Let us hear from her own voice.
Okay, so Shagufta, I started as a social worker in 1991. So, I started doing play therapy at the time with abused children, Down syndrome children. I was the first refugee coordinator for Sub-Saharan Africa for the Catholic Bishop at the time, working for the Catholic Bishop before I became a Muslim, and set up the South African Association for Refugees. I continued despite my move into international trade. I worked for the Spanish government, etc. I still continued always to do counseling, to do upliftment. And alongside that, ever since I was a child, the passion for the herbs. Then 20 years after my degree, I did another one in marketing and business management. I have a thirst for knowledge. I have a thirst for understanding. I believe that we are on this earth, Shagufta, for such a short period of time. Why not be the sponges that take up all that we can, and also give as much as we can of ourselves? And that's where the books came in, and the third one already in the works, inshallah.
Okay. And then the green thumbs.
Yes.
You are very famous for the green thumbs up because of Al-Ansar program, what you're doing.
Yes.
That is your passion.
That is, it's a hobby that's become a passion, that it really helps me in terms of being a holistic healer. I'm not a medical professional, but because of all the experience with plants, with natural therapies, with the counseling, with lifestyle changes, it works very well to have all of that together. Because, as women, since we're talking about women, we are complex creatures. We are not linear. And so many times we pin ourselves in as we are just a mom. There's nothing just about being a mom, first of all. Because when you're a mom, you're a nurse, you're a cook, you're a counselor to your husband and to your sister, and, even to your extended family. So it's important for us to remember that we don't stop being individuals because of the people in our lives. And we have a responsibility to take that life that's been given to us in amana and to grow it as you would a plant.
Okay. One thing I was reading, actually went across that we only know that this plant is very beautiful. The flowers comes out very nice. The fruit of this beautiful. But do we know that plant grows in 2 directions? One direction is anti-gravitational direction, right? There's no light. You understand?
Yes.
There's a lot of hurdle for the roots. Yeah, on the top looks free, very nice, with leaves, with beautiful stems and branches and colors and fruits and everything. But no one knows the same plant which is growing inside with hardship, with so much of hurdles, so much of challenges. Definitely you have come through to all those things to become Rabia Khawali.
Alhamdulillah, but I'm grateful for all of the hardships, because here's the thing is, I always say you can only be as happy as you have ever been miserable. You made such a beautiful analogy now that, the roots grow down, and most people don't know when they look at a tree that the size of the tree, the branches, the extent of that canopy is exactly the same underground, right?
No one knows the hardship, because to grow from top is easy because no resistance.
Absolutely.
But to grow down.
And where are our roots? Our roots, we're kind of upside down. Our roots must stretch up, but before they can stretch up, they've got to go through us. We need to ground ourselves. We need to know who we are. And it's so easy to lose who we are because of the voices of everyone around us telling us what we can and cannot be or aspire to be.
Okay, one thing I wanted to tell you, that this woman empowerment, this is like a sing-a-song in August. Everywhere, the parties and lunches, and from the morning, everything. And people, oh, we are the powerful person, we the dominant character. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, I understand that. What do you think after experiences of your life, so many years of and different experiences, that what empowerment of a woman means to you?
So to me, it's not about this feminist trying to prove that you are better than a man, or trying to prove that you are better than someone next to you, or trying to compete with someone else to be better than them. Real woman empowerment for me is an individual empowerment, which men and women should both aspire to. And that is beginning to know yourself so well that you accept that your weaknesses are a challenge for change. Your comfort zone is just a sign showing you, listen, this, when you're in your comfort zone, understand what it is that you do like, understand what you don't like, set some boundaries, get to know yourself. So the real woman empowerment is accepting yourself as you are, with your negative sides, with your positive sides, knowing your strengths, your weaknesses, knowing that your strengths are opportunities and your weaknesses are threats which have to be overcome, so you have to work on them. And real woman empowerment is not something that is done in isolation. If I am growing on my own and I do not reach out to help somebody else grow, then what am I? I'm a weed. I'm not a plant. I'm not flourishing. I'm not a beautiful flower. And so society encourages woman empowerment, that it's about growing yourself as a woman as a weed. You stay away from people, you're better than them, you're doing whatever, you're better than men, you're out there. No, feminism is one thing. Femininism is what I believe in. Be comfortable with your soft feminine side. There is so much power in your quiet no. You don't have to scream a no, but you have to know
nice
when
term
to
you're
say
using.
no.
Very nicely you said that, quiet, soft no.
Yes, a soft power. Women are extremely powerful, but the power does not come from muscle and strength and fighting. No, it comes from knowing and accepting your worth and standing in it. That is enough. But you've got to know what your worth is first and not lose yourself in the voices of others.
Okay. I have a question for you. Because you are telling that each and every, like you spoke about individual empowerment.
Yes.
Some of my sisters who are listening to this program, Rangi Hayaat, they think they are not worthy or they're worthless because they didn't have any kind of degree.
Yes.
They didn't have any kind of job, business. So they think useless within themselves. What do you think? What you want to give the message to the sisters who are listening to this program, and what they can feel like, from where they can get the empowerment within them?
It's not only that, and it's such a beautiful point that you raise. It's not only that. It's that sometimes they look at themselves, they look in the mirror and they say, I'm 60, I'm 70, I'm 80, I'm 50, I'm too old. You're never too old to grow as a person of who you are. Authenticity, being your real self, is who you are when you take away the degrees, when you take away the connections, when you take away the money and the buying power, and you take away the lipstick and the mascara and the Botox.
And your jewelry, the diamonds, your clothes, your sandals, and your brand things.
Yeah, when you take away that, all of those things, who are you then? In the quiet of the night, when you put your head on the pillow and it's just you and Allah, who are you then? Do you know? Unfortunately, a lot of women don't even know.
They don't even want to know. They don't even think about it.
No, because they've given of themselves so much that they have lost themselves in giving and pouring from such an empty cup that they think they can never fill the cup. They think the cup is broken. The cup is never broken. And you can start in small ways. The one thing you can begin to do, and I say this always, is start a journal. Write down, what have you done today? How did you feel about it? Become in touch with your feelings. Allow yourself to feel what it is that you're experiencing. You are not looking at your life from a window looking in. You are in that house living your life. The mirror is not the only side of yourself that you see. You see much more in the darkness when the lights are off.
Oh, yes.
And you are sitting with your conscience. What have I actually done? What haven't I done? What can I still do? And it's never, ever, ever too late.
Yeah, and I feel the degrees, the business, the money, the beauty, knowledge, brain, nothing worth. Nothing is more worth it than when you find your power within yourself.
Yes.
What you can do, whether even if you're not educated, even if you don't have business, but the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually instilled in you.
Yeah. Take an example. You are home alone. Your neighbor, you find out, has cancer and is sick. You are the only person with no degree, with no major finances, no business to run to. You're the only person that could cook that person a meal. How much value do you think that has for that person?
Exactly.
No one else could have done it for you.
Exactly.
So in that same way, you are a uniquely positioned person for your own life and the life of those around you. Doesn't mean to say that when you give, you take nothing. Because sometimes the giving is when you're giving to yourself as well.
Yes. Most of the time.
Because you get a huge reward when you're giving.
And satisfaction. It's satisfaction when you give.
You feel good. You feel good.
Like I'm telling you today, Rabia Kawana wasn't well. She was, I don't want to say, but she was.
It's okay.
She's okay. Something happened to her knee and then she's on crutches. And she's this thing. She told me, on telephone, I said, no, I'm coming to pick you up. Because I know the power which we can give to our listeners, the women who are listening, they should understand no matter in which position you are still the powerhouse. You still have so much within you that you can give it to the people, first to yourself as well. I have one very, very good question for me and for a lot of listeners that I want to ask Rabia. Tell me how you feel that your cup is empty now.
You feel your cup is empty when you feel like you have nothing left to give. When you feel empty.
Yeah,
when
how you feel
that
empty.
People are always taking from you. You can feel depressed.
Yes.
You can feel alone.
Yes.
You can feel lonely. You can feel isolated. You can sit, and a lot of grannies feel this way. They sit like, what am I living for? I'm just here to occupy space. And that is such a sad place to be, because you're not. Because all of the knowledge of everything you've been through in your life, what is that? It's a bag of seeds in your hands that you plant in the lives of those around you. Your experience allows you to shine a light on the lives of others and say, you know what? I remember when I walked through that. This is what I did. What do you think is right for you? That has so much value because we don't know what other people do not know. We don't realize.
We don't realize
don't
that.
know.
Yes.
We have had so much life experience. I mean, if you think back to 20 years ago, the person I was 20 years ago and the person I am now, I look back and I feel like that person was a 12-year-old or 15-year-old, and yet I'm in my 50s. So you've got to become comfortable with discomfort. You know how in the nighttime, if you look around and the lights are off, you can't see anything. But Ted, if you adjust your eyes, you start to see that's the window, that's the door. That's like getting to know yourself. That's like when you're feeling worthless.
There's
like
a Ritalin
empty,
cycle,
right?
there's a
Yes.
cycle in your eyes, Ritalin, it call it. That the cycle comes, once it's dark, you just finished. But
Yes.
after few moments,
They
you'll see,
readjust.
just readjust. Allah
Yes.
subhanahu wa ta'ala made our eyes like that.
Yes.
So that's how we have, like introspect we can.
Correct what
in
I'm
a solitude.
saying. Yes, that's it. So you can, in the quietness, when you're feeling you have nothing to give, ask yourself, where did you lose yourself? Where did you lose yourself? Did you lose yourself by giving too much? Did you lose yourself by ignoring and betraying your own voice? And we do that. Sometimes it becomes a habit. It becomes part of who we are to ignore ourselves for others. And sometimes there are people around us that expect that of us, or that groom us to become that. And there you're getting into the realm of the book that I wrote, the second book, it is still available in the bookstore, by the way, for the listeners if they do want to get it, the Al Ansar bookstore. So you do not have to feel lonely or isolated, but you have to allow yourself to feel lonely and isolated, because only when you realize and acknowledge. So this is how you make the shift. If you're feeling lonely, isolated, on autopilot, like things are just happening robotically, I have 5 steps, and I did this at the talk.
Yes.
5 steps to shift you out of that feeling of worthlessness,
yes.
right? So shall we go through them?
Yes,
So
please.
the first one is to become aware of it. Become aware that stop hiding from the fact that you feel worthless. Stop hiding from the fact that you are driving and you're on autopilot. Become aware that, oh, I'm on autopilot. Oh, I'm feeling depressed. That's okay. Second thing, you got to interrupt that thought then and there. You interrupt that thought by moving, jumping, shaking. In fact, if you were to shake your body every day for 5 minutes, it actually reduces your cortisol levels. That's just standing and shaking, right? Take an object near you and look at it. Is it cold? Is it hot? What's the shape? What's the color? Observe it. That interrupts the thought. Awareness, interruption. Now you replace it. Before you replace it, you understand where that thought is coming from. Maybe you say, I've interrupted it. Now I realize I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling empty. I'm feeling worthless because I'm overwhelmed by everyone's demands on me, for instance. So now you can overwrite it. You can say, I am overwhelmed, but I'm working on it. I am depressed, but I know that Allah is there for me. I am but. So you become aware, you interrupt, you identify the source, and you overwrite it. And now you allow yourself to feel it in your body. You say, if I wasn't depressed, if I wasn't feeling worthless, what would that look like in my life? How would that feel like inside my heart? How would that feel like inside my head? What would I be doing differently? Because then your brain starts to come up with the answers that you need, because we are so beautifully and wonderfully made that our brain will give us the answers of how we can change things. So we ask ourselves, how can I begin to fill my cup? And suddenly you think, you know what? There's that Ma that lives there all the way in Indonesia, and I'm here in Durban and I haven't spoken to her in years. Let me phone her and find out how she's doing. Good. And suddenly you're feeling grateful. So there are tools. And of course, as we mentioned, the journal. So there's many tools that
Many tools. As
break
you know,
out.
me being beautician, so you must go for your treatments, your
Yes.
pedicures. And Rabia, when I was going through menopausal journey, this is the tool I have used beside my herbal tea with mint and fennel seeds and everything. This is the thing that I started doing for myself.
Yes.
My manicure, small thing, it's not like I'm calling my people for the salon. I'm telling you, start taking care of myself.
Those moments of
Small
self-care are so important, because we're not defined by that beauty, by that makeup.
No.
But it helps us.
No, definitely. And to taking care of my skin, my hair, my trim, my sitting, and just to make a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you will like. Just sit with it and maybe call my friend, or if not, it's fine. Myself is more than enough. And we can take some rusk, which I still remember I'm doing now, practicing now. What I like to eat, I wanted to check now. Before I say whatever they want, whatever my husband want, whatever my daughter want. Now I learn after so much, after reading your book and as well, I say, no, I wanted this ice cream. So it's not like very stern way. I'm still doing it, I wanted to go and get for me. So I feel like, yes, my cup is getting full.
You see, it's okay to love yourself. And people think loving yourself is arrogant and narcissistic. But it's not, as long as you are not using the love of yourself to put somebody else down or to enslave somebody else. That is not narcissistic.
That's the problem, Rabia.
Yes.
I wanted you to tell my ladies, that how beautifully we can tell let me become your mother-in-law or your auntie or someone. So you can reply. And you're a very drama queen as well. And me, I'm also sitting here as a drama queen. We'll do that. Right. Oh, okay. Rabia, you didn't cook for me today what I wanted. So I am not happy the way you are so busy at Radio Al Ansar.
I'm so sorry. I will try better. What would you like tomorrow? Can I do something for you tomorrow?
Okay. Oh my God. You remember the 3-generation trauma, which no one asked
Listen,
me for that.
Shagufta did an awesome show for the listeners who don't know, because she's, blowing everybody else's trumpet, but it's time to blow hers as well. She did an awesome 3-part play.
3 generations.
It was a skit with 3 generations. And it was, you can react or you can respond.
Yes.
And when you're responding, the message for me from what you did was that when you are responding, you are in your personal power.
Yeah.
So it's okay. You don't have to be defensive and say, but why do you want me to do that? I'm so sick and tired of doing stuff.
I'm doing so much by myself. Yeah.
I'm also doing stuff. Like, what's your problem? Why you have hands? Why can't you cook for yourself? No, you can say, okay.
The same thing you can say.
Yes.
What I feel, the remote control of the emotion supposed to be in your own hands.
Yes, so
that's a very important thing, that the remote control of your own emotions supposed to be in your hand, not with the people who are in front of you or the people. You just give it to them. If they are telling you the way they are talking, but my response supposed to be my responsibility, and that is responsibility of my own health, my own mental health as well.
The difference between reacting and responding is what you're talking about, which is emotional regulation, emotional self-regulation, something I teach.
Emotional intelligence now.
Emotional intelligence.
Yes.
It's emotional regulation, and we become dysregulated by life around us. So I have a nice tip for ladies. Imagine when you're feeling angry, imagine that there's a great big dial, like a radio with a volume button on your stomach. And imagine yourself turning that back. Just turning back the volume. It's okay. Sometimes we think these, especially elderly people, kids, they need us. Blah, blah, blah. When you think about it, your in-laws that are there that you're feeling maybe frustrated with, guess what? What do they have in their life? They live through you. All they want is to be included. And if you include them just enough with your own personal boundary, you have a happy middle space.
Exactly.
As long as you can regulate your emotions, as you said.
Yes. And now I wanted to tell you, you can say, Rabia took out the new word, you can say soft no.
Yes, a soft no.
No, soft
Quiet power.
Quiet power.
Yes. Feminism.
Feminism. So this is the time with me. I'm telling you, we all need this energy. We all need this kind of, it's not like answers, because we all in a quiz. That why I do so much the whole day. I work, I drop children, I pick children, I cook that thing. But in the evening, it's one thing happen. Shagufta, she just scream, or he just scream, because that is their frustration. But then once they say anything to you negative, the remote control of your emotion supposed to be in your own hand, and then you can make as a very softly or jokey, but don't joke with your mother-in-law. Then say and breathe. As Rabia said, must have the control in your stomach. You feel like tone it down, volume down, and then you can talk. And let me tell you, when you give this kind of positive response, it's not impacting on them only. It's impacting on your health, your skin, your hair, your mental health, and your power.
And it doesn't mean you're saying yes.
It doesn't mean you say yes. No. Love, the word no, she is teaching us.
It's a full sentence.
Now, Rabia, thank you so much. I know time is short. I can sit with you for 2 hours and we can make stories about the 3 generations show which I went. And inshallah, we will get some kind of
we should
discussion.
Record it. You know what? You should do it again. We should record it. We should put it on our socials.
I think we do that as well. And we can do, we can do the video for that as well. And we can do, then people will understand that why. And maybe then you will be the
No, use the same ladies. You guys did it so beautifully. You don't need
No.
You did it beautifully.
But you have to understand people. You have to give a full, highlight before that as well. Now this is the time for me to wrap up my beautiful program with my beautiful guest. I must thank her because with clutches she came with me. I'm telling you, I appreciate from bottom of my heart, Rabia,
Jazakallah for
that you
having
came,
me.
and I wanted our sisters to have this answer of this question, that we can say no, but softly, and we can have the remote control of our emotions within our hand, not with other people, because all these things which we are doing, it's impacting me, myself, my health, and my mental health as well, which is the most important thing. अब मैं इजाजत चाहती हूँ आप सबसे, इंशाल्लाह अगले पीर को फिर हाजिर होंगी. अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू.
Cultivate your inner beauty on Range Hayat with Shagufta Khan.
Radio Al Ansar, Durban 90.4 FM, Peter Maritzburg 105.6 FM.